Hi everyone, my name is Chris and this is Anime Debate, where I like to discuss, compare, and review anime. Now, I saw, like the rest of the world, Alita Battle Angel, and I was like, yo, they finally got it right! Anime on a silver screen! Oh yeah! Like Randy Macho Man Savage, that's how I said it. But the thing is, once I sat back from the glow of the movie and its greatness, I had to admit to myself, and form an unpopular opinion that you guys might get mad at me for, but I don't think the Alita Battle Angel was the first time that anime was adapted correctly on the silver screen. That distinction actually goes to Ghost in the Shell. Yes, Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson. I saw that film and I remember really enjoying it. In fact, I went with a friend who is a movie snob and he also really enjoyed it, even though he never saw the anime or the movies or any of it. He didn't see any of the stuff. Right? So he went in untainted and just said when we were done, that was a good movie. There was good action, beautiful set pieces, a great set of actors. Everybody in the movie acted really well. There was no cheesy, like, oh my god, this is so bad moments, like Dragon Ball Evolution or anything before it. It felt organic and it felt real. And I think people just never let go of the idea that they cast a white woman in a role that was better suited for an Asian person, even though the plot of the movie actually gave a very good reason why it worked. I just always felt bad for that movie. And after seeing Alita Battle Angel, I noticed a lot of similarities, and I was just like, yo, this is as good as this movie was, because both of them did a really good thing where the protagonist is a good protagonist. They did a really cool thing where the worlds feel lived in and they feel organic, even though their worlds are mostly inorganic. It just works in a way that is very fitting to my anime-esque palette. And because there was no controversy surrounding Alita Battle Angel, I think it got more favorable reviews because there was no fear around giving it a good review. I think a lot of times what happens with internet, journalism, people are afraid to actually state their real opinions because they don't want to get people to give them thumbs down. They don't want people to yell at them in the comments section. So they just give things like bad or good reviews based on the consensus of what everybody else is saying. And I'm not afraid to take those thumbs down because I really do feel this way. I really do feel like what I saw on the screen, the Alita Battle Angel, was on par with what I saw with freaking Ghost in the Shell. It was good. Are both good movies. I don't really know what you can tell me right now with all of the glow taken off of other films. What was wrong with the Scarlett Johansson Ghost in the Shell film? Can you tell me one thing? Was it the music? Nah. Was it the CGI? Nah. Was it the acting? Nah. Well, then what's your problem? I mean, really, was it the story? Nah, the story worked. The story was very well adapted from the anime and even a TV show. It took cues from bits and pieces of both. And it worked. It even made like part of it its own, like both of those did in their own situations. Alita Battle Angel for me, was a really fun ride. I really enjoyed getting to know the character. I also found her to be extremely OP, but if you like anime, that happens anyway. They're almost always OP. All the people I know that they made a criticism towards that, honestly, are people that don't really watch anime and don't understand that the protagonist typically always wins or finds a way to get around it through some sense of thinking or some sense of self or some sense of just writing, going like, hey, guess what? You have a new ability now. Or hey, guess what? You're really strong. Hey, guess what? Believe in yourself. You can do anything. Or hey, guess what? These magic tears will bring you back to life. Like in Pokemon, the movie. You know what I mean? You got to get past the idea that this stuff isn't realistic. You got to get past the idea that this stuff is fantastical because it is literally science fiction. It's a world where robots and humans have become one. It's a world where cyborgs exist. It's a world where Alita Battle Angel is there to battle. And one key thing I think that makes this so good is that there was never an entire series. It was a very short OVA, and so therefore, people don't have the same, I won't say affinity, but they don't have the same level of criticism they have for other properties, such as a Dragon Ball or such as a Ghost in the Shell, because there's less to criticize. It's just like, yo, get this one part right, and you nailed it, you know? I think that other things could be adapted if they are short and don't have this big fandom around it to really taint the idea of even like the most simplistic changes. To be honest, Alita Battle Angel changed a lot about the source material. A lot. But nobody's mad about that because they don't have affinity for it. They're not sitting here going, oh my god, you changed my Alita. Oh my god, you changed it all. They're not mad about it because they don't have the same feeling they have for other properties. And I think that's why you're finding all the otaku and all the anime reviewers telling you this is really good. Because in essence, beyond it being an adaptation, it just is a good movie. And for me, that's all I really want for my anime adaptations. If they do Cowboy Bebop, if they do Trigun, if they do anything else, they just need to make a good movie. I don't need it to hit every beat. I don't need it to be perfect. I just need it to be good. I often wonder why like other fandoms aren't as fervent about this kind of thing. Like I feel like whenever they adapted any book, you know, like Harry Potter, they left out a ton of stuff and the fans knew it, but they still clamored and loved those movies. Why can't we do the same thing, anime people? Why can't we do the same thing? Alita Battle Angel is an excellent film and it is worth your time. And if you want to see anime adaptations done right, then I really think you need to support this film. The more money it makes, the more likely it'll be they'll adapt other properties. But I really hope that we're able to actually learn a lesson here and be okay with them adapting things. Be okay with them changing things. And not let minor controversies like who was cast in a role. For me, when Scarlett Johansson got cast in Ghost in the Shell, I was like, okay, yeah, it's a weird choice, but it's also an American adaptation. It's a weird choice, but she's a good actress. And it's a weird choice, but when I saw it, it worked. She acted as robotically as she does in everything else. And she was playing a partial robot. What is the problem? But that's just my thoughts. I would love to hear what you guys think. Have you guys compared these two head to head? Have you guys thought about which one was better? Have you thought about if they are even similar? Because they do put themselves in very similar set pieces. And I would love to hear your thoughts. My name is Chris, and Anime out. Check out the other videos, and I'll see you on the next one.